안녕하세요. 어떻게 지내세요? How are you doing this quarantine? It's Sam here with a Friday special. Happy Friday. Yes. So let's get to our first order of business after you appreciate the water that's flowing and the plane that's flying by. Great. Okay. To our Korean lesson. Now, today, by special demand from a friend, Miss Yu, I will be delving into the history of the Korean Hangul language. Yes, just a brief one. But first, of course, we must learn our phrase for the day. Yes. Okay, so here it is. If you've been brushing up on your alphabet, you will be able to read that. What's the one on the top left? Okay, so that one, it looks on the furthest up the top is a J, but it's also pronounced CH, like a cha, cha, cha in Korean. All right, this is J, Mr. J, and this is an A. And what is that square thing? I know I didn't draw it quite like a square. I kind of wanted to draw it like a jar, but it's an M. Okay, so the whole thing looks like a jar. Get it? Get it? Because this is jam or jam. More properly. Okay, jam. Okay, this is like a G kind of sound or a K kind of sound. G. Right? Two double, extra long, and an A again. And this is an N. Okay, so kan. I don't know why there's a little karate kid there, but there you go. Okay, and then there is the mouth again. M. Mouth in Mandarin. Ko. M. Mouth. Get it? Make a link there. Okay, another A. A lot of A's today. Triple A. And an N. Right, what is this? Man. So there's a supposed to be a little man symbol there. Man. Okay, and I'm sure you are very familiar with this little rocking thing. It's a yo. Okay, remember the O, the circle is silent, and this is yo. Okay. All right, let's put that together. Cham, kan, man, yo. Okay. What does this mean? Like, so if you're familiar with Japanese, I'm sure you have heard of the phrase "chotto matte." Chotto matte. All right, what does that mean? That means please wait, or give me a moment. 1 minute, please. Okay, so that is what this means. 1 moment, please, in Korean. All right, let's try it, shall we? Cham, kan, man, yo. Cham, kan, man, yo. And doesn't flow quite as smoothly as chotto matte, but it's the same kind of vibe. Okay, cham, kan, man, yo. Cham, kan, man, yo. Okay, so you say it if you wanna hang on a minute, or just please hold. Cham, kan, man, yo. All right, moving along. Cat fact. So yeah, seeing as we're dealing with this whole coronavirus business, you'll be delighted to know that cats also have, well, I guess not delighted, sorry, it's probably a bad term, but cats also are affected by the coronavirus, a different strain of coronavirus. And they suffer from this particularly bad one called Feline Infectious Peritonitis. Okay, that basically means cats get bad stomach, achy ache. Yeah, because it's a viral infection, of course, because it's coronavirus, and it's got a pretty high mortality rate. Just because it's quite a rare viral infection and it's quite hard to treat because it attacks the intestinal walls of the poor cats. And there is a dry version and a wet version. So that refers to the symptoms. So typically, the cats will present with fever, weight loss, lethargy. Okay, and for the wet version of the feline infectious peritonitis, or FIP, I guess, they will have fluid retention in the abdominal cavity. Right, that's what they present with. It's not very nice, which causes labored breathing and distension. Distension means it bulges a little bit, right? So if you notice these in your cat, please get them treated. Not to worry, it's a different strain of coronavirus, and you'll be delighted to know, I guess. I'm not sure why I'm so delightful today. But this virus was sequenced back in 1970s. So yes, we've known about coronaviruses for quite some time now. 1970s and 1981, and a different version of the virus was sequenced. All right. So that brings me on to a topic. It was kind of going viral last night, yesterday, a couple of days ago, about this conspiracy theory. I don't know if you heard about it, but yes, it's on Netflix. Yeah, free advertising for you there. Pay me, Netflix. I'm just kidding. So there was a Korean show. So someone noticed that a Korean show released back in 2018 had a very similar kind of reference to a disease caused by a coronavirus. All right, so this is like a medical drama kind of show, I assume. I didn't watch it, but yeah. So they talk about the coronavirus and how it's like it could be like a biological weapon. Ooh. Yeah, so people are going crazy. They're like, oh my god, Korea, man, they knew back in 2000. Yeah, it's Korean, guys, it's not Chinese. Okay, relax. So yeah, they knew about it back in 2018. No, guys, we've known about it since 1970s, 1980s. Coronavirus, man, common. It's not COVID-19, okay? Okay, yeah, but still, regardless, it is not a very fun thing to have. So yeah, keep an eye out for your cat friends there, poor little felines. If they start to present with fever, weight loss, a bit of lethargy, and especially if they're having difficulty breathing and their stomach is distended, bulging, get them to the doctor, the vet. Okay, you might be able to save them. Might. Okay, yeah, a bit of grim cat fact today, unfortunately. But yes. So yeah, speaking of COVID, yeah, you guys familiar with the symptoms? You guys should probably know the symptoms, huh? So typical symptoms, as you know, of course, fever, high fever, you start coughing, and you have shortness of breath. Okay, normal ones. So recently, they have found that there is also a loss of smell and taste associated with the COVID-19 virus. Interesting symptom, which could indicate that the virus is affecting nervous tissue in the host, and this is possibly even an earlier stage detection, because a lot of people that reported a loss of sensation in the taste and the smell were only later tested positive for the coronavirus. Okay, but this is still very early stage. It's very interesting, but yeah, if you think you've been exposed, it's still early on. Maybe it hasn't been 1 week yet, and you start to lose your sensation of taste. Maybe go get tested. Okay, and now onto our last matter for the day. I promised a history lesson. Okay, so now before the creation of the current Korean alphabet as you know it, those little squiggly circles and lines, pretty clever one, huh? Koreans wrote in classical Chinese. All right, this is way back in the day. Okay, and as my friend Andrew pointed out, there was a lot of Chinese influence back in the day, especially during the Tang Dynasty. So that's why perhaps some phrases have common root etymology, Okay, but so the Koreans, yes, they wrote in Chinese back in the day. So they had a few different versions, a few different scripts, they would call them. This includes the Iru script, the Hyangchal, the Gukyol, and the Gakpil. Okay. However, due to the difference between the Korean and the Chinese language, the spoken language, and the large number of characters, as you know, if you try to learn Chinese, there are a lot of characters, a lot. Okay, because everything is special, which is kind of cool. But anyway, so a lot of this caused a lot of the lower class Koreans to not be able to read and write. Okay, because I guess they didn't have the time. Okay, so in order to promote literacy among the common people, the fourth king of the Joseon dynasty, Sejong the Great, he personally he invented and disseminated a new alphabet. Okay, so this guy is pretty cool. He seems like a popular king by all accounts, Sejong the Great. All right, and so the Korean alphabet was designed so that people, even with little education, could learn to read and write. Okay, so the popular saying about the alphabet goes, "A wise man can acquaint himself with them before the morning is over. Even a stupid man can learn them in the space of 10 days." I'm quoting, okay? Not saying that, okay? But that means, yes, you can learn it in less than 10 days, right? This is according to the Hunmin Chongum Harye, whatever, this guy. Okay, so the project, this new alphabet, was completed in the late December of 1443. All right, so this is mid 15th century, long time ago. Okay, and it was described in 1446 in a document titled Hunmin Chongum, right, which is a book, literature about Hunmin. Is kind of a bit like Chinese, the people, Renming, the people, the people's education. Okay, so the publication date of the Hunmin Chongum was October 9th, which eventually became Hangul Day in South Korea. So the day is to celebrate the official creation of the alphabet. Okay. Now, there was of course opposition to the Korean alphabet, as there is. People don't like change. So the Korean alphabet faced opposition back in the 1440s by the literary elite, right? Because, as you know, with if a lot of people do not have access, then there is what we call a monopoly, right? So of course the elite, the scholars, they didn't want this. They didn't like it. They don't want everyone to be able to read and write. They want only the elite to be able to do that, which it happens. But so yeah, these literally elite, like the politicians, a couple of them, they believed that the original system should be implemented, and so they tried to resist. Even one of the kings, King Yon Sangul, he banned the study and the publication of the Korean alphabet in 1504. Ooh, yes, yeah. So a couple of the kings, they resisted, and they attempted to stop King Sejong the Great's legacy, right? So, however, fortunately, in the late 16th century, there was a revival of the Korean alphabet through poetry, gasa and sicho poetry. Okay, so in the 17th century, the Korean alphabet novels became a major genre. Okay, so this was when they started to become very popular, and eventually in 1796, the Dutch scholar Isaac Titsing. Yeah, that sounds more like an Indian last name, really. But anyway, yeah. So he became the first person to bring a book written in Korean back to the Western world. 1796. Okay, took them a couple of hundred years. Okay. So yeah, that was when it was first described, and thanks to the the growing strength of the Korean nationalism. And the Western missionaries that promoted the Korean alphabet, the Hangul Korean alphabet was officially adopted for the first time in 1894. Okay, so it was only then that the elementary school texts began using the Korean alphabet, and the newspapers were printed. So this is almost the end of the 19th century. Okay, and then the Japanese came along, yada yada yada. Okay, we're not going to get into that. But yes, so yeah, you can definitely learn that alphabet. It's not that hard. Once you learn it, you can come up with all sorts of funky shapes. It's pretty cool. It's good fun. So yeah, learn the alphabet, and then you can read all my silly scribblings. All right. In the meantime, I think I will leave you with that. Please take care of yourself. Be good, and I will leave you with this little illustration. It's a bunny knight, I guess. Yeah. Bunny knight atop his stalwart steed, Ramjet, whatever. Okay, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, Sam out. Doodles, stay safe, and stay healthy.